Right, so we're sitting here with, what was your title, Ian? What was it, photojournalist?
The camera assassin.
The camera assassin. We're sitting there with the camera assassin. This is the man that has, he's done loads with Rupert Murdoch. Obviously, he was, you know, sort of chief photographer on a lot of stories.
And I was the chief photographer of the Express, the Telegraph, the Sun, the Daily Mirror, Mail, Express, Times, ITV News, and BBC News.
Yeah, so you've done them all, really.
And I was working for them most of my life. No?
When did you start working? What year was it roughly for the News of the World and Murdoch that you started?
When I came out of prison.
When they go out of prison?
Because I come out 5-year sentence.
Yeah.
And
was that before? Was that before? Was the 5-year sentence before you started working with Murdoch?
Yeah.
Right, right.
And Murdoch said to me, "You've been in prison?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Okay, we'll have you."
Oh yeah, he likes it. He likes it. He likes it if you've been in prison. Then
yeah.
Well, that's probably because if you've been in prison, then, you know, if you ever see him do anything, he can turn around to you and say, "Well, you know, you can't say nothing. You've been in fucking prison."
Yeah.
So he probably likes that idea that someone's has got a
and,
little bit of dirt on him.
You know, like yeah.
Yeah. Rupert Murdoch. What would be the worst thing that he's ever done in your eyes? That where you would say, because you've had good times with him as well.
Yeah.
It's not all been bad.
Yeah.
But what would be, you know, load me up here, give me the tools I need, because I fucking hate him, you know,
well,
for what he's done. So, I mean, what's the worst thing he's done?
Well, paedophilia, he knew Ray Chapman had done that.
Ray Chapman. And Ray Chapman was the guy, you'd worked with him before in the past. And what was he? Was he a journalist?
Yeah.
He's a journalist, News of the World journalist, Ray Chapman. And this is the guy you're talking about, Gearbox Chapman, who likes fucking...
likes to just fucking up the gearbox.
Up the gearbox. Gearbox Chapman. So, so Gearbox Chapman, like you was mentioning the paedophilia and stuff. So what's Chapman done?
I saw Ray Chapman.
Yeah.
That birdie was only 15.
She was 15.
And
that's a girl you were doing a story on.
Yeah.
And what was that story about?
On the game at King's Cross.
Right. So she's a bird. She's on the game. She's 15. She shouldn't be. You're doing a story on that.
Yeah.
And then he ends up
knobbing it.
How does that come about? How did that come about?
I said I've got the pictures.
Yeah.
And I was in my Range Rover, and he said, he said, hang on a minute, and I said, this girl's 15, he's a kid.
Yeah.
And he said, I like fucking kids.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
It's a fucking wrong one. And
I said, well, you know, like I was on in those days.
Yeah.
£500 a week.
Right, which was good money back then. What we're talking is that the 80s we're talking about, yeah? 1980s.
And you know, like
I wouldn't mind it now. £500 a week.
Fucking right.
I'd be all right, you know.
Fucking right. Anyway, Roger Simpson, he was on the story as well.
Roger Simpson.
And he said, oh, fuck me. I said, he said, I'm going to walk away.
Yeah. He was the one that you told me earlier was the other guy working on it. He saw what was going on.
Yeah.
And, well, I'm having fucking nothing to do with that. I'm off.
But I said, well, I can't walk away because I'm getting fucking plenty of money.
Yeah, you're assigned to the job.
And so I said, I'll save it.
Yeah.
And this book.
And obviously that's what's in the book now.
Yeah.
So I suppose the obvious question there, did Murdoch know about?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he knew about Chapman.
Oh yeah.
He knew about him.
Oh yeah.
And what his activities were with kids. He knew he liked fucking kids, but still he still hired him.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because Murdoch wanted to hire disreputable geezers.
Yeah, because then they'll do disreputable things, and plus they won't be able to say nothing to him about being disreputable because they're doing it themselves. So so what you're saying is Murdoch likes to take on people that if they was to turn around and say do what you're doing now, and turn around and say, oh, hey Murdoch, you fucked this bird, you done that. He wants to take on people so he could turn around to you and go, oh, fuck off, mate. You burnt a restaurant down or something.
Yeah, yeah.
So he liked to have something over the people that he hired.
Yeah, of course.
Right, and was it like that with a lot of them?
Yeah,
do you
cool.
think? Yeah.
And like that story there.
Go on, that one was.
Hang on. That story there.
The night they raffled Maggie.
Yeah.
And who's that? Is that Maggie Thatcher?
No.
That's not.
He said, "Oh, I can't speak in an Aussie accent, but he said, I'm gonna fuck them as well."
Yeah.
He said, "Well, yeah, of course, you can fuck them all you like."
Yeah.
And
Murdoch said that. He's saying to you can fuck them.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And Rupert Murdoch fucked smelly girls, including transsexual and raffled.
Right. What's a raffle?
Well, Raven won the first prize, and he fucked that.
Let's have a look. But he's done which one there? That one now?
Yeah, and Murdoch done her as well.
Murdoch done her as well?
Yeah.
And how old was she?
Oh, she was under. No, she was overage.
So I suppose the obvious question. Murdoch's never done anything. I mean, he's corrupt. He will have sex with birds on that he's reporting, but he's never done anything noncy.
No,
he's not like that. No.
No, because
he's all right with other people though, hiring them. But then I suppose on a business point of view, he's got something over on them if they ever try to turn him over.
Yeah.
So that's the type of businessman that he is.
And Murdoch fucked this girl. The scandal of the 5,000 massage parlours.
Oh, right.
And I took the photograph, and he said, "Can I fuck her?" And I said, "Yeah."
What, Rupert? Yeah.
Yeah. He said, "Can I fuck her?" And I said, "Yeah, of course you can."
Yeah.
Because you're my boss.
Yeah. You do. Yeah.
And he give you a few quid.
He'll give you a few quid.
Yeah, cool.
Murdoch in the cupboard. Just we was on that. I think we just cut off before.
Yeah, he got in the cupboard and he was locked in there for about 40 minutes.
Knocking one out with his pump-up penis?
Yeah. And
what's the matter with him? Like,
well, he's fucking kinky.
Yeah, well, fucking hell, it sounds like it. But I mean, for someone like Rupert Murdoch, you don't expect to hear stories of him getting in the cupboard. Is this at the what was this, a sauna? That was a brothel or something? Is that
brothel.
what it is? It's a brothel, basically, and he's hid in the cupboard and knocked one out at the thing. He's knocking one out for 40 minutes. No, that's brilliant. I think that's a fucking brilliant story.
I got fucking £1,000 for it.
You got £1,000 for that?
Yeah. And off of Murdoch.
Yeah. So he was all right with you. He didn't mind you knowing.
He came to a stop when I said, I'm going to write a book. he said, yeah. He said, yeah, you know, like a fucking Aussie accent.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I'm going to call it the camera assassin.
Yeah.
He said, yeah. He said, get out of my office.
Is that what he said, yeah?
Yeah.
What, just like that, after
Yeah.
all the...
Yeah.
He knew where it was going, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
He knew where he was
Yeah.
going. He was going, yeah, I'm doing a book, Rupert, and...
I said, well, I couldn't finish it. He says, get out of my office, you cunt.
So he knew where you was going straight
Yeah,
away.
yeah,
I want
yeah.
some money. So did you ever get to put it to him, though, while you was there? Like, give some money, Murdoch, or I'll do a book on you. I mean, you're in full right to do a fucking book on him because,
Yeah.
you know, if he's slipping you $1,000 so he can get in a cupboard and knock one out, I mean, this is not what you expect from fucking Rupert Murdoch.
Well, he's Australian, isn't he?
So in 2002, the News of the World do a sting operation on me, and they're saying that I've hired this guy, Kamal Zulba, as a hitman to drug and sexually degrade my ex-wife. Now, what really happened was my friend Reese, who's on this paperwork, I mean, that's his phone call there being tapped. You know, there's the itemised thing there. Reese talking to this Kamal Zulba, the guy that sets me up. So basically, I never hired a hitman. This guy, unbeknown to me, was having an affair with my wife. And it had been going on since 1999. Do you know who Peter Jukes is? He live tweeted the whole hacking trial.
Yeah.
He came round my house a few months ago. I showed him all of this evidence because he appeared to be working with Hacked Off and that whole group. So he come round my house, he's seen all the evidence, and he's gone away. Well, no, he saw the evidence, and the interesting thing that he said to me was that name, Kamal Zulba, who's the guy I'm supposed to have hired. He goes, I'm sure I've seen him in a Mazza file. He's come to me through my friend, offered me a statement. And I'm shocked that my friend's telling me, hang on, this geezer had an affair. What? I mean, I've moved on at that point. I'm with someone else. I was with a girl called Emma B, a model. And, but where I'd had such a kick in, I was like, well, what's this geezer saying? Where was my daughter at the time? What, they were sniffing gear, yeah? While I'm going to court at that precise time, trying to see my daughter, losing my house, injunctions and all that kind of stuff. So I've gone to meet this guy because he's going to give me a statement. And I've gone to meet him and he tells me, yeah, you know, we was in this nightclub, we was in that nightclub. I said, right, did you go back to my house? He said, yeah, I went back to the house. And I said, right, obviously you lot were sniffing, you were having sex and all the rest of it. I said, right, where was my daughter? And he goes, oh, no, like, she weren't there, she weren't there. So, I mean, obviously she wouldn't have been there because she would have been at her nan's if my ex-wife was going out. And I know that they was out in the nightclub, they were sniffing coke and they was all over each other because I've got statements from people that were with them. And so what I'm saying is this guy is supposed to be an anonymous hitman that I've hired, but he's been in my life 3 years prior to this story. So when Peter Jukes tells me, oh, Comrade Brown, who's recorded you on this thing, well, he only works with the fake sheikh, Mazza Mahmood, and we know that to be true now. He only exclusively works with him. And if Comrade Brown is doing the recordings for Robert Kellaway, who was the head journalist on this sting operation on me, Comrade Brown's doing the recordings for him. And Comrade Brown only works with Mazza, so Mazza's in the background, which explains where the 4 wraps of alleged cocaine come from later on. A month after the story's been in the paper. A month later, right? So Peter Jukes is saying to me that this Kamal Zulba, who the News of the World have made it look like I've hired when I didn't, who actually came to me, they're saying that I've hired him to drug and sexually degrade my wife and that I've gave him cocaine to go and do it with. I haven't given you cocaine. I gave you a camera because you were moaning about, oh, I ain't going to do it out of my own pocket, when he's already come up with the idea, but then he's moaning about money. So what I didn't twig at the time is he's trying to get me to go, oh, you know, like, I'll give you X amount of money. But when he asked me for money, I'm like, I ain't got no money, mate. I'm fucking bankrupt. I'm trying to keep this car from the official receiver. You know, I ain't got no money. I said, I don't know. Maybe if something comes out or whatever, you might be able to get some money. I don't know, mate. You know, this is supposed to be about you giving me a statement. And he starts changing it up. Now he's telling me he can get a picture of my ex-wife sniffing gear. And I'm like, well, if you think you can get that, I'm not telling you to do it because I've got a power of arrest injunction against me. But if you think you can get a picture and it comes through my door, I'm taking that fucking picture to court. But I'm not telling you to do it. You told me you was going to give me a statement. This was all in 2002, 2003. In 2003, Friday the 13th June, I win my case against the News of the World. I get not guilty. The next day, they print guilty, listen to our hate-filled tapes. Now, that is fucking wrong. I just got not guilty. You've printed guilty anyway. Listen to our hate-filled tapes. So where are your hate-filled tapes now? Because Tom Crone, head of legal, didn't want to release them. I've got an email to Tom Crone, Andy Coulson, Neil Wallace from a Hayley Barlow. And this was the email that went round there, 2 stories ready. One for not guilty, one for guilty. I got not guilty, but they still called me guilty. And then they printed parts of a private telephone conversation that came from not a conversation in the car like they're trying to say. They gave this guy a wallet recorder. Well, that wouldn't be phone hacking. You know, that'd just be, it's wrong, but it's not phone hacking. The parts that they published were from private telephone conversations. They printed, published it, called me guilty when I was not guilty. And obviously that finished me. That is what finished me. And then we go through, we have the Leveson inquiry. And then the solicitor that won my case. You should have been in that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you should. So Tom, tell me, like, what is it ultimately that first of all, do you believe they've kept you out of it on purpose?
Yeah, of course.
Yep, so do I. 100%, so do I. And clearly, it's going to be because of your book. So that's what the problem is. He doesn't want you going there because you know the fucking truth.
Of course.
And then I'm coming along with the truth on paper. I mean, they was caught destroying all of their evidence. Rebecca Brooks. Yeah. And that should have been perverting the course of justice. But I've gone to the police with this. I've had special branch round. I've had a long argument with Operation Wheating. Scotland Yard, I've spoken to them many times. And from my perspective, they're all in on it. Well, clearly they are, because I've gone, this is evidence is in front of you,
The
mate.
only thing the police can't do to you is make you pregnant.
Yeah.
Because they're all in it, mate.
Yeah, and that's it. This is what I've been saying the whole time.
12 years ago that book came out.
Yeah.
And I've updated it. I'm updating another one. It's going to come out at Christmas.
Yeah.
Rupert fucked Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah. So you're going to talk all about that then, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be an interesting story.
He did.
He did, yeah?
Yeah.
He's ragged it.
Yeah.
Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher.
Fucking hell.
The Iron
Lady. He's ragged out the Iron Lady.
Yeah.
And so he must have, well, if he's done that with Maggie Thatcher, he must have some connection to Jimmy Savile, because Maggie Thatcher and Jimmy Savile, they were shacked up, weren't they, at Chequers for the past, I don't know how many Christmases before Savile died. So, I mean, have you ever heard of Murdoch having any association with Savile or anything like that?
No.
Nothing like that?
No.
After the Leveson inquiry happens, in 2012, the 24th of April, nearly 10 years to the day when I was hacked. I said I got hacked in 26th of April 2002. But 24th of April 2012, the solicitor that won my case, his name was Richard Mallet, from Mallet Solicitors.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, he was Ronnie Biggs's lawyer when Jerry Brown and John Listeners were trying to get Ronnie Biggs back in the country to face his
Well, I was on that story as well.
The kidnap story.
I was thrown out to Barbados.
All right. So go on, tell me about that.
Anyway.
What, the kidnap story that was going along with it, yeah?
Yeah. I dug that story out.
Yeah.
It was my story.
Which one? The Biggs kidnap?
Yeah.
Right, so you was in the background on that one?
No, I was in the foreground.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what happened there then exactly?
Well.
Because Jerry knew the kidnappers.
Yeah.
He knew them all.
Yeah.
So it was a clear, blatant setup.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying. This is getting to the bones of it now, because obviously Jerry Brown, it was his son that's recorded me.
Yeah.
You know, all of these recordings that are here, this would have been Comrade Brown.
Yeah.
So I mean, what can you know Jerry more, don't you?
Yeah.
So what can you tell me about Jerry's connection to
Well, Jerry
Mazza and Southern Investigations and that whole...
Jerry is an all-out liar. He was in the States working for I don't know, but he came back to the States and left a load of credit cards. Anyway.
What was he doing? A bit of credit card fraud or something? Yeah. Jerry was, yeah? Yeah. Well, I'm not fucking surprised, because he's a dodgepot cunt, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So's his son at the end of the day. Yeah, go on, sorry, go on, carry
And
on.
anyway.
So Jerry, who has trained who now? Is it Jerry Brown that would have trained Mazza Mahmood at Southern?
Well, you see, I bought this book out, named Jerry in it.
Yeah.
And that's where they had to get another face. That's where they got Mazza Mahmood.
Right, what, from Southern Investigations?
No.
Through Jerry?
No, hang on. Hang on.
Still in over there, yeah?
I'll come to it in another part.
Yeah, yeah. But, I mean, really, I mean, all I'm trying to establish is that I mean, you know for a fact that, say, Jerry Brown and Jerry Brown would be 100% associated to the fake Sheikh Mazza Mahmood. 100%.
Yeah, Jerry Brown was the fake Sheikh.
Yeah.
I pulled that stunt years before Brown and Mazza Mahmood come to the news world.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you was doing them sort of stories long before.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's the same setup.
Same shit going on.
Yeah.
So just all the fakery, basically, just to get the fucking story. It's about making money, innit? He doesn't care who he obliterates.
No.
If anything, he'll hang about at the end, jump in the cupboard and see what else he can fucking do for himself, won't he? So, yeah, complete fucking wrong 'un. But, you know, if he wants to do them things, then you shouldn't run a paper and be in with our fucking government. I mean, the whole thing stinks, you know what I mean? The whole thing stinks. And it just seems like, well, we know you get shut down. As soon as you're right about something, like you are, like I am, you're fucking shut down. There is no solicitor that is going to touch you. No mainstream one, anyway.
No. Yeah.
I've got bipolar, I've had depression, I've had suicide attempts and everything. And I'm telling you, it is because of these newspapers and what they've done. They make your life, on a celebrity side of things, they make your life unlivable.
Yeah.
You know, they say something about you, and then you've got to live out there amongst the people with that story, knowing that, you know, 20 people a day are going to go, oh, what's that? I read this in the paper, bro. But now we know for definite that all this shit that we read in the paper, Coke Sting on me, John Alford, I mean, he was fucking stitched up.
Yeah.
Proper. He was an actor. He doesn't need to be a fucking cocaine dealer. It stands to fucking reason, you know?
What I'm trying to do is fuck the do the fucking governor.
Yeah.
Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah.
Because that's who it ends with.
Yeah, that's it. It starts and ends with him.
And I if you read my book, I don't get involved in any the governor.
Yeah.
Because the governor's where it all ends at. That's all I want to do, Murdoch.
Yeah. Well, let's fucking lay into this geezer then. Let's have him. Because between me and you, we're going to bury this fucking cunt.
Well, I hope so, but...
Yeah, we're going to... Well, listen, I've got him here already. So, if we work together on the evidence we've got...
Yeah.
Right, here is phone tapping.
Yeah.
Right, so News of the World knew about that. Robert Kellaway's done it. Comrade Brown's recorded it. Comrade Brown only works with the fake sheikh. So we can safely say the fake sheikh was involved in my story, even though he never came to the forefront. But at least I know where the 4 wraps of cocaine came from now. That I never got to see, I never got to analyse them, and then the police lost them. It's 4 different weights of gear. Make up your mind which one you was going with, right? And then, so there's your phone tapping. And then you've got Glenn Mulcair, note from Neville Felbeck, 2nd of the 5th, 02. Same date that Kellaway's transcribing his illegal recordings done by Comrade Brown. So there's Glenn Mulcair and Comrade Brown and the fake sheikh all tied together, and that's what they're fucking scared of, Ian.
He has a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, so that was all made up.
Yeah, cool.
And was you told to make that up?
Cool.
And who told you to make that? Murdoch?
Yeah.
You say that you'd been involved in, what, 40 front page stories?
Yeah.
Were they all News of the World or were they all different? 40 at the News of the World?
Yeah.
Right, and how many of them 40 front page stories would have been fake, roughly?
Well, 40.
Oh, yeah? That bad?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Registers it all, doesn't it? I mean, you can't defend that, man. This guy worked for you, Rupert. You can't defend it, mate. You're looking more hot if you don't say anything. We've got you, and you're going down. You're going to prison, and you are going to be forced into accepting liability, especially with what you've done to me. And obviously, once it comes out with what you've done to me, the floodgates will open, and you are going to be finished, and you're going to be driven out of this country because you going to Downing Street. I notice you can go in now.
The Levis inquiry is a load of bollocks.
Yeah. 100%. 100%, because you should have been there, 100%.
Yeah.
And I definitely should have been there. And the solicitor has chose to ring me afterwards. So that's fucking good, isn't it? You're ringing me after the Leveson inquiry, and that solicitor was holding all of this. So he's in on it and all.
Cool.
So the solicitors are in on it. Your Mark Lewis's, your Richard Mallett's, your David Sherborne, who was he was counsel for... Didn't he represent all of the victims? I think he did. And
was the victims, right?
Yeah.
The victims.
The victims.
They was doing it free of charge, wasn't it?
Pro bono, no win, no fee.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the thing. You know,
Well,
John.
They do you.
Well, I've tried it, and I've been to all of the top people, and all of these people always know Comrade Brown and all of these other people, and they, to me, they appear to be covering up for them. I mean, I noticed Conrad's first name wasn't even in sort of publications until it had to be there. They kept referring to him as Mr. Brown, Mr. Brown. You know, sort of, he sort of was trying to sound a bit anonymous, but when I found his old police witness statements where he's had to back Mazza up on stories and that, and it's the same thing over and over again. And I'm glad the guy's been caught, but it's not just him, is it? It's all of them. It's the whole paper.
Cool.
Rebecca Brooks, did you ever meet her?
Yeah.
What was she like?
I met her about 3 occasions. I don't know. She's
Didn't have much to do with her, really. No. Was she a cunt? Do you think? Was she better? Because she looks like she'd be a right fucking arrogant cunt to me.
well,
If she's burning documents and that and getting away with it.
She's Rupert Murdoch's bird.
Rupert Murdoch's bird. Do you reckon he's fucked it?
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, you reckon he's fucked it?
Oh fuck me, yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, that's good. That's what I want to hear. I mean, we got no proof of it, but He must have done. Yeah. If he's willing to get in a cupboard after a story, if he was in a room with Rebecca on their own late night, you know what I mean, working out what's going to go in tomorrow, do you reckon he's fucking ragged it with his pump up willy? You reckon he's ragged though, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
I reckon he must have done. She's hanging about. Why has he got her back so much? You know what I mean? Why does Coulson get arrested and found guilty and she gets not guilty? I've got paperwork with a quote from 2002, my case. Rebecca, she was called Rebecca Wade back then, wasn't she? Rebecca Wade does not want to be called to court, very unhappy about the way the case was handled. Well, what I would say to you, Rebecca, is what part of the case did you think was handled badly? Was it the phone tapping? It was the tapping. You knew about it. I've got a quote from you. So, you know, your little lie's about to run out soon as well. You know what I mean? You get your protection from your fucking pump-up penis, mate. But at the end of it all, I'm going to get you, no matter what you do. Because you're not ruining my life like you did, and others. But they haven't got the information, and I have. And I bet that you're upset because a chavvy little cunt like me is about to come in and wipe the fucking floor with you. And now I know Ian and what he's fucking saying, and I believe what he's saying because he's backing it up with pictures. He knows all of you lot, all of you, and I'm finding out about all of you now. And believe me, this fucking tape is going out ASAP, mate. So Ian, what else you got for me, mate? Let me see what notes I took on you.
Can you give it a rest for now?
Do you want a little, yeah? Do you want to stop? Yeah, of course you can, mate.
I'm tired.
You fried a little bit, yeah?
And I'm fucking...
Yeah, no, we've been here a little while, haven't we? Yeah, we'll give you a rest now. Yeah, we'll give you a rest now.
I think you can come another time.
Yeah, I'll come another time.
Yeah.
Mate, you just... Yeah, mate, whenever you want, yeah? Just, I'm going to leave you my number, you call me, and I don't mind even coming back and just, like your book.
Yeah.
Forget about me, we've done our little bit with who's done me, and we've heard all the stories, but I want to get into your book. I want you to be able to get everything that's in there that you know to be true out up front, and it just be about you. I'll do your video for you, your camera assassin video. I'll do it for you for fuck all. I'll help you because I believe you.
Or we can go 50-50 or...
Listen, whatever. I'll help you. I'm not bothered about. I'm not bothered about. I'm not bothered about the money. I just want. I want it. No, well, listen. I like you to get some money, and trust me, if they end up offering me 20 million, I will fucking rip their arm off for it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's brilliant, Ian. Thanks, mate. Thanks. That's fucking brilliant.